Hello, in this video we'll be looking at the secure password vaults that you've got on OneDrive. Now the reason I'm doing it for OneDrive is that it's not something that's available for Google Drive. It would be great if there was, but if we go on to Google Drive like that, as you can see you've got all your documents there, but there's nothing where you can actually have storage in a secured vault. Now the reason for that, the idea behind it is that when you're logging into your Chromebook, that's you putting in your login, and then anything behind that is accessible. Now that's fine, but there may be some people who do prefer, even if they've got logged into their Chromebook, that they can still have an area where their files are protected. Now the good news is, I don't know if it will ever come to Google Drive, but the good news is it is available on OneDrive. And if you watch my channel regularly, you know I've been doing a lot of videos about Microsoft 365 and OneDrive and Outlook and Excel, because you can use all that now on your Chromebook. Now this is something that is only available if you pay for a subscription. You can use Microsoft 365 without any charge, and it's okay, but there are limitations, and one of those limitations is that you wouldn't have access to this password vault. So if you wanted to use it, you'd have to pay. I personally think the subscription's fine. It's £5.99 or $6.99 a month, or you can pay yearly and get it even cheaper. That gives you access to all the Microsoft 365 apps. It also gives you access to Clipchamp, which is really good when you actually consider, I think that's £9.99 on its own, and it also gives you access to the full Excel, Word, Outlook programs if you happen to have Windows installed on your Chromebook. And if you want to know how to do that, I've got videos on my channel which will show you how to do that. So I think for the price, it's actually quite good value. So in relation to getting there, there's a few different ways. This here is just Microsoft 365, the overall app that I've installed, but I've got other apps installed as well, and I've installed them as a PWA. Again, you can have a look at my channel how to do that, because I can't show you because they're already installed as PWAs. So from the Microsoft 365 there, you can see you've got OneDrive there. So that's one way, but if you click on that, it then opens up a new window and you've got OneDrive here. Another way, once you've got OneDrive open, if you haven't installed it as a PWA, you should have the little icon up here to install it. Install it as a PWA like I've done, and then you can then get to OneDrive. Instead of going directly from here, you can get to OneDrive. I've just put them here. You could obviously pin this to your desk if you wanted to. I've got OneDrive here like that. So different ways to get to OneDrive. So from here, what you would need to do, and like I said, you'd need to sign up to the paid version. You'll see here Premium OneDrive. So click on that. Now I've not used this yet. I wanted to do it as you was watching so we can all see how it works. I've not tried it in advance, so we'll see how we get on with it. And then from here, you'll see on the side here, Personal Vault. So if we click on there, and then we've got enable personal vault, and keep your most important and sensitive files safe. I assume this is going to be either a password or a PIN now that we do. So if we do enable, okay, so your personal vault is back. We created your personal vault. You can now access your personal vault folder from OneDrive on all your devices. Got it. Not sure where I sent is back. I've never used it before, so I'm not sure. Okay, so got it. And then verify your identity. So we need to do that. So click on there, and then it's the actual account that you use. Okay, so now it's sent me a code to that email address, which is fine, just to make sure it's me. So I'll go to there, click on there, get the code, close that, put that in there and do verify. And that's it. Okay, so what's it say here then? Manage how you sign into your personal vault, manage and disable personal vault, disable. So if you wanted to get rid of it, you would simply then click disable. So let's go to manage and see what that does. Okay, and that goes into here. And what's it say here? Manage sign in and verification options for your Microsoft accounts. Not seeing anything about the personal vaults, if I'm being honest with you, from here. No, nothing here. So maybe that's just if I want to change how I log into things in general. I can't see anything here that mentions anything about the vaults. So let's just close that. And what I'm hoping now is if we go back here to the OneDrive, we should have a vault somewhere. There we go. And there it is there. So let's see how it works and see what happens. So first of all then, it's important to note here, I did have Windows installed on my Chromebook. I had to wipe it because I always wipe my Chromebook to do different things. But these, for example, here, this desktop documents, pictures, they're actually from one of my Windows install. So that was what was on the desktop, that was in the documents, that was in the pictures. So that's a good thing as well. When you do install Windows now, you can have the option to back all of your stuff up to OneDrive, which I think is really important if you're going to install Windows on your Chromebook, because you know, things are going to go wrong. You might have to wipe your computer for something. So you want to try and save it in the cloud, but that's what they are there. So I'm just going to make a document, just a dummy document. So let's just go to Word and let's just do a blank document. And just put this document needs protecting. And then obviously what you'd have in this document is anything that you wanted to protect. And then here it's say to OneDrive. If you click here, you should be able to change the name there. So I'm just going to put doc protect, I'll call this one, so we know what it is. And that's done. And then automatically saves to OneDrive, just like it does with Google Drive. And then if I close that down, close that as well. And from here, as you can see, we're in Microsoft 365, so you can go down to app level. So if you click on Word, it shows you documents for Word and Excel and so on. But we are going to go to the OneDrive level here. So that should be here somewhere. I can't see it, don't know if anyone else can. Nothing there. Why is that then? Right, let's go back one. As I says, I've not tried this yet, so do bear with me. I'm doing it as you're watching. So it is there, .protect. So, and it is on OneDrive. So I'm not sure why it's not shown on OneDrive unless it takes a while to. Let's refresh. There we go. So it's there. Not sure what them three little things are there on the icon. Not sure what that is. So I would assume it's as simple as from here we could drag it into there. So let's do it with this database as well, which I did access database. Drag it into there. One item wasn't moved. Please try again or refresh the page. Okay, so this is trial and error. This is why I wanted to do the video as you're watching, so we'll see what happens when we're trying to use it. Not sure why that didn't open. If we double click on there, it's fine. The one thing I have noticed at present, it hasn't asked for a password for it. So I'm a bit lost to why this is any better than a normal folder. Maybe there's something I need to do. We'll obviously have to look into that and see what happens. So let me try and do this one. No, it's not liking this, is it? Right. So it lets you move that, but when I'm trying to move this, it's not for some bizarre reason. Is it because I've got it open? Let's have a look. So if I do 3 dots there, finding this quite bizarre. I'm obviously doing something wrong because 365 has got really good now on Chromebooks. I'm obviously doing something wrong somewhere. But go in there, nothing's there. You could upload, but you shouldn't have to upload. You should be able to move. Maybe move from, but you shouldn't really have to do that either, I would assume, unless you have to. So we'll see. It did appear that you could do it the other way, but when I tried to move that, for example, it did come up with an error message. We'll try again. Oh, there we go. It's done it this time. Not sure why there was an error message. That's tech for you, isn't it? You know, these things happen. So that should be in there now. And let's try moving this dot protect. Not sure why that's not moving. That's really bizarre. It's quite buggy, isn't it? Not the best. I don't understand why you can't drag and drop. It's just highlighting them. But you could drag and drop the Excel document. Unless I'm going mad, I don't understand why you wouldn't be able to do it with all of them. Yeah, that's very, very bizarre. Not sure on that. That's a strange one. I'll have to look into that and see what's going on. Okay, so let's do it another way. So in here, we should have that there, which is fine. Let's move from as well. And then if we do move from with inside the vault and do that dot protect, or maybe click there, you have to do. Okay. It's not looking great at the moment, is it, to be fair? What's this vault do here? So that doesn't really... Personal Vault options. Yeah, it seems to be playing quite buggy. I'm not sure if it's just because I've put it in here or not. So this isn't a very good example of this vault working well, unfortunately. Let's manage access, see what's going on. I'm rather lost to what is the benefit of this vault at the moment. That's really bizarre. It's got enable. So this is quite buggy, isn't it? So this isn't great. This is the one thing about doing videos without trying it first. It makes it like this problem what we're having here. So what on earth do I put this video up on YouTube as? How the Personal Vault on Microsoft 365 does not work? Could do, but I don't really want to do negative videos. I want my videos to be all about how you can get things done on your Chromebook, not how certain things don't work. Right, so that's quite strange. Okay, so I've had to have a bit of a mess about to understand it. It's a bit, I don't know if it's buggy or it's just, it doesn't seem very logical to me how it works in certain ways. It seems to give different options. So at the moment you can see it's locked. And for example, if I right click on it, there's nothing there. But a minute ago, it did have the option to unlock, which is really strange. But my issue was, why can't I just double click on it to unlock it? And that was when the option was there to unlock. But now the option isn't there to unlock. When I double click on it, it does give me the option to unlock it. So it's a bit temperamental perhaps. So we'll have a mess about it and see what's going on. So when it's locked, this is what it will do. And this is what you can change it to. So for me, it's going to send me an email with a code. And then every time I want to unlock it, I'll just go in here, wait for it to come through. There we go. and then get the code like that. Goes down that, put in your code and verify. So that's it, it's now open. So if we open it up like that, we'll see that that database is in there. Now this is what I mean by it's a bit strange. I don't understand how, and I've looked as well at what they suggest you can do. It does suggest you can drag and drop. Now I was able to drag and drop the access file, but when I'm trying to drag and drop Word documents, it doesn't let you, which is really strange. And I think I've just found out what this 3 little dots mean. I believe, I'm not going to say for certain, I believe it means that the document's open, but that document isn't open. So whether this is a syncing issue and it's taking time, but Microsoft should be able to sort this sort of stuff out. So it's a bit frustrating. But essentially, to move that to there, there's ways to do it. If I right click, it might have the option. So I could do right click and do move to like that, and then you'll have the personal vault. So that's one way you can do it. Or another way is to go into the personal vault like that and click up here, move from. So not as easy as drag and drop. You might find that you can drag and drop with yours. I'm not sure. I think it's just a tad temperamental. But if we do move from here, and if we look for dot protect there, click on that. See, again, this is temperamental. So although it works, this video I think is showing us all that it's not perfect, I don't think, if I'm being honest with you, because I've clicked on that. Well, what does it do? Does it do it automatically? It doesn't appear to do so. There's no options to apply or anything like that. So you would have simply closed that down, but it doesn't do it. Now, I'm sure if we do it this way and do move to, it will do it. So there's definitely things that Microsoft need to get their act together with here. Let's do move here, and hopefully, no. So the file is already open. If you move it, you might lose changes. So this is what I find quite bizarre as well, because the file isn't open. I appreciate I've only been using Microsoft 365 for a while, but for me, for that document to be open, it would need to be open somewhere here, and it isn't. So this is why I'm thinking it's a syncing issue. Is there a way to close it? Maybe you've got to close it a certain way. Maybe it's not as good as Google Drive, where you simply just close it there. That, to me, would close it. So let's have a look. If we open it back up, so there's nothing here to say you have to close it a certain way. There, nothing there. So that is definitely buggy, because that document is closed. So I don't understand why it's saying it's not closed. Just a bit strange. That's a shame. I hope Microsoft sort that out. You know, just like Google, there's going to be things they need to fix. It could be that I'm doing something wrong, but I don't see what I'm doing wrong. If it's closed, it's closed. So that's why that's not moving. So if we just do this one here, or we can just do, we'll do move to, and we will just ignore. See, now look, it's greyed out, look. Oh no, sorry, ignore me. Yeah, move to, and then personal vault like that. And then we'll do move here, and we'll ignore this. We'll just put move anyway. This is saying this file is already open. If you move it, you might lose changes. So we move it anyway. Okay, so that's moved it into that personal vault. And then if you go into the personal vault like that, you can see it there as well. If we open it up, let's see if we've lost changes. No, they're there anyway. I am not sure why it's not syncing that this document's closed. That's pretty buggy and annoying. Okay, so essentially, from here then, so you do have that vault. You can change the settings, so you can change the settings so the vault closes within 20 minutes. Again, I've tried to look for those settings and I can't find them. So although this video is showing you that there is a personal vault, I don't see the point in showing you a video without, you know, bugs and all, unless someone can mention in the comments how I'm doing something massively wrong. And if I am, Okay, I'll accept that, but I'll work off logic, you know, and that's what this should be doing. It should be working logically for people. So if you wanted to close this, if you right click on it, again, look, see, it hasn't got lock. And this is what I'm confused about, because this is suggesting that it's just really bizarre. So if we go to Premium OneDrive here, I'm going to assume now when we go to Personal Vault, it's going to say enable, but it's already open. Very bizarre. So I think it's pretty buggy, if I'm being honest with you. So let's go back in, or it could just be that I'm really missing something. Go into there, right click, no, there. So, okay, so yeah, this is frustrating because I wanted to show you that I did then have the option to lock it when I click, and now it's not giving that option. Wow. The only thing I can say at the moment, this Personal Vault isn't as good as it should be. Microsoft, if I'm being honest with you, it's proper buggy. This shouldn't be happening. They may come back if anyone watched it. I'm sure they'll come back with some nonsense that, oh, to do this you have to do this and you have to do that and you have to do this, making out it's our fault. That's one thing Microsoft are good at. The best thing to do is just make it work logically, how users use stuff. So it's a bit frustrating I can't show you that lock. It's suggesting manage access, but we've already actually done that part. But I can assure you, I did have an option to, when I right clicked, it had the option to lock. Essentially this will lock itself anyway. But what I wanted to show you in this video, and don't get me wrong, I will keep on top of that, and when it's improved, or if I am doing something wrong, maybe I am, but essentially it's not about that. This should be working very seamlessly, not having to mess about with different settings all over the place. Load of nonsense. For example, up here, it's got Vault, Personal Vault options. Click on that, nothing happens. So this is Microsoft's bug that they need to get sorted out, essentially. So at the moment, it's there, it works. Is it great? Not that great. I will do more videos in the future to see if it improves. So when I upload this YouTube video, it's not going to be, oh, there's a great new Personal Vault you can use on your Chromebook. It's going to be something different, like there's a Vault, but it's not that great at the moment. Yeah, so I'm sorry about that. It's not fantastic, not very good. It works, but it's just proper buggy. Just don't get the logic behind it at the moment. Whether it's a syncing issue and it's just taking ages to catch up with itself. The reason why I'm continuing to do the video now is to see if I can get it to do what it did for me, where it locked. Very bizarre. Very, very bizarre. Okay, well, yeah, not the best video. Because all I've done really is showed you that there is a Vault on OneDrive, but it's not that great at the moment, although it's there. Let's hope it improves in the future. I hope you like this video. If you do, please like below and subscribe to the channel for future videos, and thanks for watching.